Good morning, everyone. This is M4J Watt Replays, and today we are going to be taking a look at slow armored TDs, such as the AT series and the T95, aka the Doom Turtle. Now, these tanks, very slow, as everyone knows. The armor used to be really good back in the day, but now it's pretty much everything is able to penetrate these tanks, except for the T95, which armor still holds true fairly strong. But all of these tanks, very slow tanks, but with the recent DPM buffs to the ATs, they are definitely better. But so we're gonna watch a couple replays. This first one is there are pretty much two ways you can play these slow kind of tanks. And this first one is going to, going to demonstrate the first way, and that is to kind of really just sit back and snipe. Because the ATs, they've got great accuracy and very good gun handling. T95, not so much, but they are still very solid tanks. So, we're watching this first round here, and this guy is driving the T95. I can't quite remember his name at the moment. I will make sure that I mention that a little bit later in the game. But so there's that enemy tortoise right there, and he is actually playing the second way that you can play. But so this Doom Turtle here gets a shot there on the tortoise, and he spots the ML1. Excuse me. So he's bouncing shots there from the tortoise and the ML. He is able to get some shots off. He's not going to bother pushing, though, because he really doesn't need to. He's got these shots here on the enemy heavy tanks, just camping at the corner back there. Gets a shot there on the ML, and he is still getting a bunch of bounces from those tanks. Now, he is going to back up. He doesn't want to get shot too much, because eventually a few of those rounds are going to go through. But he doesn't need to push up. He can just sit here and farm the damage, and that is one of the better ways that you can actually play the AT series of tanks. You'll really be able to get the damage out if you're looking for those high damage games, and just really sit there and snipe. However, you are so slow that you're pretty much never going to be able to get to a good sniping position by the time that the battle is over. So I really don't usually snipe, but if you do have that opportunity, sit there and get those distant shots, and it will definitely help with getting bounces, because up close, people are easily able to aim at your hatch up on top, and they're just going to be able to go through it real easy. But from a distance, it is very difficult to penetrate these tanks in the front. So, that's the first way to play, sniping, or camping as you could call it, but definitely one of the better ways to do this if you want to have those high damage games. We'll get into the other, way to play the ATs and the next couple of games. But so we're sitting here watching this T95. He's sitting back sniping. He's going to take out this Tiger 2. Or actually, no, he's not. He ricochets off the side of the tank's turret. He's going to push up here to make sure he can aim. This VK100 gets taken out by the tortoise. And now he should be able to take out this Tiger 2 unless he manages to miss again. But he's not going to. Gets a bounce from the Tiger 2, shuts him down, and this is Blue Death 217 driving this T95. So he gets another bounce there from I believe the ML2 using APCR. So he sees this ML1 here. He's going to aim in on his side. Is he going to be able to take him out? Yes, he is, with a nice 700 high roll. And now he's going to start pushing up on this tortoise. The enemy team has been pretty much cleared out. So he is able to start moving up. There's the ML1, and he's going to get a shot into his rear for a nice 631 roll. Well, not nice roll, but manages to damage his engine, and now he is going to start pushing up on this tortoise. Now, this tortoise, I have to give a shout out to him. He actually had a very nice game himself, and what he did is he pushed up and just held that position. The tortoise's name, I can't quite read it right now, but Terror Blue Dad or something like that. But shout out to him. He did very well in this game, even if he did end up losing. He still managed to hold that position, but his heavy tanks just weren't up to the task and decided to sit back there and snipe. But so he's going to push up here, Blue Death 217 is, and he's going to turn and take out this poor tortoise. So there goes the tortoise, giving him 5 kills, and he's now up to 4,972 damage and 2,380 damage blocked. He's going to want to get this kill on the Emil too, but he is going to make a mistake, and that is that he loads the HE. He is not going to be able to kill this Emil as a result. If he would switch to the armor piercing or the APCR, he'd be able to take him out fairly quickly in just one shot. But with the HE, it's going to take 2 shots because it's not very easy to penetrate an Emil in the size with the HE, even if it can be done. But so he sees the Emil 2 over there, and he is spotted. So the Emil is going to use those buildings, and he's going to try to get away. So he's driving through the base. He only has a K91 and a T32 on his team. And the K91, the fastest tank on his team, is going to be shut down pretty quickly. But he's pushing up here. The Emil's on the ridgeline. Hopefully he can come around this corner and take him out. He has the shot. Load the armor piercing, please. Please do it. But instead, he shoots the HE, 341 damage only, and leaves this Emil 2 at 160 health. So now, this Emil, he's going to use that speed boost and just turn around and get away. And he's almost done reloading, but he's just not able to load quick enough to get that Emil. So now, the Emil's going to use that speed boost. He's going to be able to drive away, and neither of these 2 slow American tanks are going to be able to catch him. So big heartbreaker kind of there, but 5,313 damage, 5 kills, and an ace tanker in this T95 for his sitting there in the middle of the map and be able to get those distant shots. So next up, these next 2 replays are me driving the AT-15. I really don't have any other ATs than the AT-15, but it's definitely a good example of how to play these. But so the second way that you can play the AT series is to push like I am doing. Your armor, again, it's not great. Most tanks are going to be able to go through you really easy, and your speed is only 20 kilometers an hour, so you're going to get to the battle very late. But what you can do is just use your momentum and just keep pushing through the enemy. Because, again, you don't have that great armor, but when you finally do get there, you can make an impact on the battle because you've got the DPM. So you just keep pushing forward. Obviously, stop whenever you need to stop. Don't just YOLO out into the middle of the enemy team. But use your momentum and your teammates to keep pushing forwards as much as you can. And on a side note, one thing that you always want to do in the AT series and the T95 is coordinate with your team. If you don't coordinate with your team, then usually it doesn't end up that well. Fortunately, my team here, they are actually using me to help push ahead. At the same time, the enemy team, not too great. They kind of went all over to base C. Only 1 or 2 tanks was over at base C. The rest of them were at base A. And so it was a really easy win whenever our entire team just pushed base C, took out 2 or 3 of their tanks, and there's nothing the enemy team could do. But now we're just tearing apart this Smasher, get a high roll into him, and unfortunately, we are unable to get the kill shot, and we're not going to be able to get this Pantera either because we are just too slow. And again, AT-15, this time on Yamato Harbor, going to be playing it exactly the same, pushing up aggressively. This is how I play my ATs. I just don't care to snipe in, but again, you can do that. But how I play them is I go fairly aggressively, sticking with my team, and I'm able to put that damage per minute out. And whether or not my team coordinates with me, well, it depends. But we're pushing up here, able to get a shot there on that T-32 with our very good penetration, bounce that shot on his upper hull, and now we're just going to keep moving forward. My team, they are going to sit here, and we're just going to sit right up here at this boat and see if we can farm some of these heavy tanks that are going to poke around the corner. So we're going to start pushing up now that that T-32 is retreating. We're going to go for a track shot there on him, take it off, and this is another good thing about these ATs is you're able to perma-track people. Not so much with the American slow TDs, but definitely with the AT series you can get those perma-tracks. But so the Shark Tank comes around the corner, very silly move. We're going to take his track off, and now we're just going to try to keep him perma-tracked for our team. He looks at us, but he's going to worry about this Black Prince more, and we are not going to be able to take him out. Black Prince does that instead. So already, hasn't been very long to the battle, up to 1,700 damage. Blocked one round as well, although we do take a shot from that Bulldog on the way across. Another thing is whenever you see an AT on your team, coordinate with them. They need to coordinate with you, you need to coordinate with them. But we're over here, ammo rack this Tiger P, putting us at 2,700 damage. See this SU, we're going to go for a shot there on him, ricochet off that lower plate there and actually manage to penetrate. Get another round into him, he gets taken out by our IS-3. Now we're going to start pushing this T-32. We try to get that shot there, not quite going to happen. We're going to go for that track shot. We do take his tracks off. And now I am being a little bit greedy and blocking our IS from getting this shot. I just really wanted to get this kill because I know I'm having a good game, and I just wanted to be able to take him out. So, bit not too great team play there, being a bit greedy, wanting that kill. But now we're going to come around the corner. It's just our IS-3 and me, and sadly, I'm telling our IS-3 hold position. I'm telling him help me carry, but he is not going to be able to do anything. He's going to get taken out. He pokes out foolishly and just gets absolutely wrecked by these tanks. So we're going to perma-track this Bulldog here, going into his rear wheel, and we're just not going to let him move. And we're driving back and forth, trying to make sure we get some bounces from him. We take him down, and oh no, here comes the Charioteer and the Progetto 46. Both of which really good tanks. Progetto is maneuverable, and this Charioteer, I do know he is from the X-Wing clan, which is a very, very good clan with good players. But I'm trying to get this Progetto here. I need to clear him. I know he's one of the more dangerous targets. Sadly, RNG is not my side, and we just keep bouncing these shots. He misses there. We put one last round into him, and we get taken out by the Charioteer. But a very good game there. If only we had managed to survive, definitely would have been an ace tanker. 4,791 damage, 3 kills, and that ammo rack on the Tiger P wasn't too bad as well. But that is all for today, folks. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. I hope this review on the ATs gave you some more information, and hopefully you will be able to do a bit better in these types of tanks. But leave a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below, and y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. This is M4J Watt Replays, over and out.